Hi viewers, and welcome to another episode of On the Farm, where we're vocal about everything local. I am Shakima Hanley. On this episode, we're still on our journey through our series of interviews for Agri-Expo 2026, our 30th anniversary celebration. But before we get into this, we take a short break and be right back after this. Agri-Expo 30th anniversary celebration, Thursday 26th and Friday 27th of March 2026. Under this year theme, Rooted in History, Utilizing Land and Sea, it's Agri-Expo 30. We're inviting one and all to come on out to a highly anticipated event from the Ministry and the Department of Agriculture for March 2026. I hope to see you there. Don't miss it. It's going to be grand. Welcome back, viewers. I have another guest joining me today, and first I'm going to ask him to introduce himself.
My name is Edred, and I work along with the cooperative division from 1978 until 2010. I worked closely with all the different cooperatives on the island, and it was a pleasure working with them. It was challenging, but I enjoyed it. And I worked as a cooperative officer, senior cooperative officer, assistant registrar of cooperatives. But my main task was to work closely with all the societies on the island.
Okay, back then, do you have an idea of how many societies that we would have had within the agriculture umbrella?
I mean, how many cooperatives?
How many cooperatives, yes.
There were quite a number of them, right? You have the keepers, you have the handicraft, you have pottery, you have a number of school cooperatives, and I work with all of the fishermen's co-op, and I work with the pottery. I work with all of them, and it was a pleasure working with them because we were able to assist them in so many ways.
Okay, so outside of working as the head of cooperatives within the department, you're a farmer. So tell us a bit about that, your aspect outside, your life outside of cooperatives now being a farmer.
As I said, I worked with the cooperative division for 30 years, for 34 years. But now, when I retired in 2010, in fact, I learned a lot from the farmers that I work with, and I was able to pass on the skills that I got at those training sessions. I was able to transfer that to my farm. But then I must say that I got quite a bit of assistance from Mr. Elliott. He at least assisted me in so many ways that I can't even complain about it. But he was such a good person. But in addition to that, I also work along with Mr. Jeffers. He is the extension officer for me, my extension officer at this time. But then also I can't forget and can't really forget Banky Banks, because Banky, he worked closely with me, and I remember he spent the whole morning putting on my drip line and putting on all this different things, and he was always there to help me in whatever way. And in fact, he is now doing farming full time, and he has given me a welcome. I can come anytime I feel like. I can come and at least see how he's doing what he's doing. But I'm so grateful to all these persons who have to help me out with my farming activities here here in Nipak area.
I'm happy to hear that. All right. So in regards to Open Day, have you been a part in Open Day in any aspect?
What happened is that while I was at the cooperative division department, something that you had Open Day was started way back since the days of Mr. Merchant, and every single year we had input from the cooperative department, cooperative division. For example, you want to go.
Sure, go ahead.
And what happened is that we had certain things done at the cooperative in the Open Day, where things like you had demonstration hives. This was done by Quentin Henderson and some others. So people were able to go there and see the queen bee, the worker bee, and the drone bee. And not only that, but they were able to make, we were able to produce quite a bit of honey on Nevis. We also had what we call honey sticks for the children, and that was a treat. But then I must say that we had quite a bit of assistance from different areas, all different parts of funding agencies. In fact, let me just speak briefly about the Handicraft Co-op. That was the oldest cooperative on the island. And I must say that Miss Cross, who's dead now, Miss Cross was when it comes to a person who knows so much about cooperatives, she made contact with USAID. And she made contact with USAID and we were able to get all kinds of small tools and even poor tools for the handicraft members to work along with. And not only that, but Miss Cross was so such an adventurous person that, you know what she did? At one point, she got in contact with the USAID. And when she, in fact, afterwards she told me that she realized that the pottery industry was dying. He said that there was one person who was almost 80-something years, and then there was a young person who was working along with the same organization. And, you know, funds were applied from USAID. And it's something that a building was built. And I must say that the handicraft absorbed quite a bit of expenses. And then it's something that there was we organized to get a new cooperative for the pottery. Now it's something that I remember some time ago, and as I said, the pottery was like it was dying. Elmina Cornelius, she was the next younger person. And it's something that there's a gentleman named Alan Roger. He was a Canadian High Commissioner. And I must say that he came by the pottery, and he was able to learn that the pottery industry was dying slowly, and he really wanted to help. And you know what he did? A project was developed for the same project, and that was with the Canadian government. And it's something that they were able to get at least 10 people working at the pottery. But before what happened is that they provided money to pay the handicraft, refund back the handicraft. They were able to buy pug mill. A pug mill is something that is used for kneading clay. They were able to make kick wheels. They were able to buy a kiln and other things. And then it's something that we were able to organize and have a new cooperative at the pottery. But I must say, the pottery were some very special people to me. Because the pottery, they used what they call clay. And in fact, they had a slogan there which says, clay ain't dirt. And what they did, they knew where they could get the special clay from. Because if they use regular clay and they try to burn they had to burn the items. They had to burn them. Sometimes because if the sand content is too high, it would just pop and break. And so the pottery, they bought in quite a bit of clay from Potworks and another part in Newcastle. And you know what they did? They had a good market. They were able to sell yabba pots, they were able to sell coal pots, they were able to sell all kind of figurines and so on with the thing. And you know what happened? They were able to supply the hotels with yabba pots and whatever the hotels wanted. They were able to supply the hotels in sinks as well. And not only that, but they were able to organize some of the things, like they were able to send, export pottery items, jars and all kind of things to send to Virgin Islands, to United the Virgin Islands, to the British Virgin Islands, Antigua, and the members were able to get money. And it's something that they were able to raise. What they did at some point is that before things were organized, they had to carry clay by themselves. But then after things got organized and we got the assistance from the Canadians, it's something that we were able to bring in a whole truckload, and the truckload caused them to use and be able to last a good while before they finish. And it was a pleasure working with them. And these people were some special people to me.
Just listening to you talk, I can see how delighted and passionate you are about your job as being in charge of cooperatives. So you said that the pottery cooperative has been a long-standing one.
Yeah.
Have you seen them showcase their items at open days in the past? Were they invited?
Yes.
Okay.
As I said, well, pottery was one of the items which were included. And in fact, we not only just had the pottery items shown, because at some point we had one booth, sometimes we had two.
Okay.
And it's something that the pottery items were then displayed and people could come and see and so on. And then not only that, but we had demonstrations done.
Okay.
At the during the
open day.
And they were able to do demonstration and people were able to come and see. And you know, some time ago, what we had, again, we were able to organize some children, school children, where they were able to come and learn the art of making pottery items.
That's very
And
good.
that was very interesting. And in fact, it was a pleasure working with them.
Yes, that's very good. All right. So in regards to how has you seen the event evolve? I know you said that you would have been a part of one of the initial one with Mr. Augustine Merchant. How has you seen it evolve since then?
Okay. Well, what happened, there were many, some new cooperatives that brought in new ideas and so on. And these new ideas were then displayed when we had the open day.
Okay.
And we, in fact, in the case of the Farmers Co-op, and I am reminded of Kids with Farmers Co-op. That was one that was on the books. So what I did, I didn't know anything about extension work. So I made contacts with the farmers over at KSB. But these were what they call subsistence farmers. And it's something that things were hard with them. But then there was one person in that group who was Mr. Christian Atherton. He became the president eventually. But then it's something that this cooperative had many problems affecting them. For example, well, the cooperative department, we provided we made contacts with USAID and we made contact with other areas. And it's something that we had a number of things done. And it was something that's working along with the farmers. Oh, let me tell you what happened now. The farmers had some problems when it comes to fencing. The stray animals were doing so much damage to them. Then they had a situation where they wanted water to use for irrigation of crops. Then it's something that they were able to get a pump from the Cardats. And then this pump was put into a well. But the water from this well was very hot. And it's something that it was then the farmers themselves got together and they built a cistern, a big cistern, which they pumped the water to the cistern, it cooled, and then the farmers were able to use it for irrigation purposes. But not only that, but then shortly after you had the British the British Development Division. They opened some dams up at Spring Hill area, and then the farmers were able to get more than enough water to use. And because of that, the production went from almost nothing to so much. And I was pleased. And in fact, let me give a classic example. It's something that this society was doing very well. And it's something that there was a group of ladies from Newcastle, and they were involved in backyard gardening. And they were down at a beach, and they were very close to the Kids with Farmers Cooperative. So they wandered up to the KSB Farmers Cooperative, and there they met Mr. Atherton. They couldn't have met anybody who was nicer than that. So they spoke, and they stopped. Mr. Atherton was able to show them what they were able to do and how so much assistance was provided to them. And he saw that what they did, the ladies say, we want our own cooperative, and we need to organize our own cooperative to do whatever we have to do. And it's something that we went back and we got, they tell them, make contact with Mr. Ward. We made contact with Mr. Ward and we started preparing project document for them. We provided until they were established, they were registered. And it's something that they wanted fencing. So we applied, fencing was applied for. Then we had, they needed water over at Nesbitt's plantation. Oh, before that, Chief Nesbitt, he identified a piece of land which the farmers could use collectively. And it's something that they built what you call infiltration trenches. Infiltration trenches, because over there the water table was very close to the surface. The water, the holes were dug, and then the perforated pipe was put in, and the water ran down, and then it was pumped to another cistern where the farmers were able to use that for their own thing. And because of that, the farmers were able to get more income coming into them. And that was a very good thing that they were able to do.
All right. So we are celebrating 30th anniversary of Open Day, now dubbed Agri-Expo. Is there anything that you would like to see come back? I know you made mention of cooperatives being there and the different cooperatives coming and showcasing their displays. Is there anything that you see that is no longer happening that you would like to come back for our 30th anniversary?
I would like to see the people who are involved going into production and showing. For example, we had a lot of training programs, and because we had a lot of training programs, we were able to get a number of things done. And because of that, farmers were able to then go and teach, and they were taught how to do different things. And because of that, I worked along with them and knew exactly how to do what. And because of that, I was able to learn and be able to do my own little farming.
Okay. So you prefer to see more
farmers,
technical aspects of it where knowledge can be shared that would encourage more people to come and be a part of the agriculture sector. All right, Mr. Ward. Now I'm giving you the opportunity to invite the general public to our Agri-Expo 2026.
Okay. What I would like to say is that Agri-Expo, which is going to come on shortly, I would like to extend an invitation to everybody in Nevis that they come and they see. See things like agricultural production, see different aspects of craft items, pottery items, or whatever they might have, and they will be able to. It will be a good thing, and they could also learn a lot from from being there at the Agri-Expo. I must say that it is a pleasure to be here this afternoon, and in fact, this is the first time I'm really having an interview as such. But it's a pleasure because when I look back on my life for the 34 years, and to see how much I was able to assist the groups on the island, and in fact there were other farmers groups as well at New River, and I work along with them to get them registered and got them started. And it was a pleasure working with them. And in fact, what I like is that to see I was able to help the farmers to increase their incomes and bring money into so they could at least look after their families and otherwise. It was a good experience, and I enjoyed it. And if I had to do it again, I would do it again.
On behalf of the department, I would like to say thank you personally for doing the great work that you did with the cooperatives on the island of Nevis. And as you say, it's good to see that your fruits that you would have labored and toiled for in the past, they're still here today and sustaining and even pushing through, because yes, we do still have a few cooperatives that are on the island that are functioning. And it's because of your foundation that you would have put in place, they're still here today. So thank you very much for your work that you would have done in your capacity.
And not only that, but then in fact my mind is just reflecting on Quentin Henderson, because we worked together for quite a number of years. And then one time, we used to have what they call for the open day, demonstration hives and so on.
Okay.
And then one day we were speaking to Quentin, and he said, listen, I have gone to Anguilla, but there are no bees down there. And he said, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to carry down a number of hives. He carried about 10 hives down to Anguilla. And then he was able to establish bee extraction, honey extraction, and so on. I don't know what's happening now, but that's, in fact, that same, from the honey that they made, they're able to, I have never seen something like that. Clear like water, but sweet like anything. And because Quinton was able to put the boxes on the planes and secure them in a can, and they were able to carry them down, and they were able to set up the own little industry down there.
And
I don't know what's happening right now.
I'm happy you made mention of that, because that's just the true essence of what Agri-Expo is about. Persons are able to come and see how they can create something from what they would have gotten at the expo. That's basically like an employment opportunity that Mr. Quinto would have created. And also it would have helped to have something different on the island of Anguilla, because as he said, he didn't see any bees down there, and then they were able to start some sort of apiculture. So that's why we're encouraging persons to come on to Agri-Expo. There is always something for everyone to take with them, whether from a lad right up to somebody who is to an elder person. So just make sure you come on out and take something with you, so that it can be a great impact on your life personally, and even an expansion in a business aspect. So thank you again, Mr. Ward, for being on the farm. We do appreciate having you.
My first trip and first time on the
First time for everything. And I hope this is not your last once we send another invitation.
Well, once it's an invitation, and
Wonderful. I'm happy to hear that.
it's good to be here. And
Thank
glad
you.
I could come, and I hope I'll be able to share from my experience.
We appreciate your knowledge, sir.
We did that as well.
Thank you. All right then.
Fresh local fruit and vegetables produced for our nourishment. Buy local, eat local.
My name is Quincy Bat. I'm the Plant Health and Plant Quarantine Officer. I would just like to notify farmers and backyard farmers that we here at the Department of Agriculture identify a new type of pest that is prevalent in the Malvaceae family. When we're talking about Malvaceae family, we're talking about okra, sorrel, cotton, and also some of the Solanaceae families, such as eggplant, sweet pepper. This pest we found to be a leaf hopper. The leaf hopper is a small pest, and it's a sucking insect. This sucking insect serves as a vector for a virus that affects these host plants. So the pest, it's green, pale green, and it has flying capabilities, and it's very, very prolific. Signs and symptoms of the pest is that it sucks the plant and transmits a disease, and this disease, you can see crinkling of the leaves, yellow lesions of the leaves, and necrotic lesions, and it affects the yield significantly. So once you see that in your okras, your sorrel, eggplants, give us a call and we're able to give you guidance on how to control this pest. Thank you.
And there you have it, viewers. Another episode of On the Farm. We were vocal about everything local. Just to recap, we're still on our journey with a series of interviews regarding to persons who contributed to our Agri Open Day, now dubbed Agri-Expo, for the past 30 years. We're encouraging you to stay tuned because we have plenty more in store for you. Until next time, I am Shakima Handy. Bye!